Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if it happens to be your first time, welcome on in. With us now in 2024, I wanted to give an update on some plans I have for the year. I want to stress early on that the projects I talk about today and when they come out and what order is very much subject to change. Full disclosure, this is probably the third or fourth time I've written this video and recorded, but after each time something changes, or I don't have the footage needed to support what I'm talking about. That part is still true, so bear with me in this slideshow I'll be having. But in case you missed it, on the community tab a while back I announced my next film in the Reawakening series, New Arrivals. While I still don't have a date for its release yet, I'm working very hard to make sure this is as good as possible. I'm excited to keep the story after the Awakening remake going. Sometime in the near future, I want to make a video really explaining the idea of this new continuity as well as the others, but in this video I'll have some small ideas here and there. Last year I made a poll with 4 projects and had you vote on the order of which I should make them. Unfortunately, I underestimated the time, energy, resources, and overall effort I'd need to make the best possible series for Transformers Prelude. We'll be postponing that one for the foreseeable future, but I have no intentions of canceling it outright. This series, now with a new name, has a significant presence in the Reawakening continuity. Let's just call it the RAC for now. It will be made, just not soon. For the other items on the poll, Raid on Level 2187, Discovery on Devron, and its subsequent stories I also plan on making, but those might also have to take a backseat for now. LEGO Star Wars Siege on Column X is one I will unfortunately be canceling for now. I just don't have much desire to work on it anymore, and would rather dedicate my time and resources elsewhere for projects I feel more passionate about. With all these changes, I'd like to give a sort of a roadmap for where I'll be going from here. After New Arrivals, we'll be returning to the ARC Trooper duo of Alpha 17 and Kicker with Skyward Assault. The ARCs are called in when Republic forces have a tough time breaking the Separatist defense and have to infiltrate a spire on jetpacks. Surely nothing can go wrong there. Next up, we'll be returning to the Crisis verse with Team Player, and involves new additions to the Autobot team following the events of Crisis Part 2. However, it may take longer for some more than others to adjust, as Bumblebee encounters a face from the past that isn't too thrilled to see him. The Decepticons are also still reeling from the events of Crisis and plan their next move. After that, I'm hoping, emphasis on hoping, to take a bold step with the start of a brand new Transformers series, and one I think is very unique. This series will be titled Transformers Galaxy Force. It will be, as I'm sure many of you can imagine, centered around early to mid-2000s Unicron trilogy figures, with the possibility of some modern takes on characters, for example, Legacy Armada Starscream or Legacy Armada Hotshot, etc. I want to stress that this is, for right now, a smaller series that I won't be adding to as often as the RAC, but I want to channel that nostalgic feeling while having a more modern spin on these characters and the story as a whole. Following Galaxy Force 1, if I'm able to start working on it after Team Player, we'll be going back to the Halo series with a spin-off story titled Eviction. A lone ODST finds himself behind enemy lines and must do everything he can to send the remaining banished forces packing. Next, we'll be going back to the RAC with a 2-part story I'm excited to announce. Taking place shortly after New Arrivals will be a remake of Operation Revival. For those of you who have been with the channel for a while, or at least familiar with my previous work, Operation Revival might sound familiar. However, that is not this story. I assure you this remake is a complete overhaul of the narrative in so many ways. We'll have new characters, exciting and shocking moments that will change the original Awakening saga in drastic ways. From there, that's where my ideas for which films to work on next gets a little foggy. In terms of plans, I have nearly the whole RAC outlined. It'll just be a matter of time before I'm able to really get going with it. For Star Wars, I'd like to continue developing smaller stories that will branch out to much larger narratives. The Crisis verse started as a short-term plan, but the more I work on the RAC, I get other ideas that can be applied to that continuity, as well as Galaxy Force. Another franchise I'd love to keep working on is the Halo series. Hornet Squad's tale is one I really enjoyed making, and I know there's plenty more to do, even beyond the 4 Spartans. Moving on from the stop motion side of things, I really want to continue streaming on YouTube. I had a blast going through the Insomniac Spider-Man games and have lots more games to play and talk about, be it classic Star Wars games or the Arkhamverse. Discussion videos are something I don't plan on getting rid of anytime soon. I've been having the best time talking about the Star Wars universe in depth, and would love to branch out to other franchises like the Arkhamverse, Halo, Transformers, and more. Onto the live action side, my brother and I have had lots of crazy ideas that would be a joy to make, but it's all about timing and schedules, so for now we'll keep letting the ideas cook. And that about wraps things up. If you made it this far, thank you all so much for checking this out. It's been a long time in the making, but I'm glad I finally got some sort of plan figured out for what comes next in 2024. Even as I wrote this, I myself was a bit cautious for how much I'm branching out, introducing yet another Transformers series while balancing the others, along with the other franchises on top of that. Heck, I might even have an idea about a Fall of Cybertron type film I want to do at some point. But the RAC is my main story, with the other two Transformers series being ones I plan on adding to less frequently, but not lacking the same passion. I've said it plenty of times already, but I am so excited for some of the projects I've been planning for years at this point. Once more, thank you all. Alright everybody, take care, stay awesome, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.